Happy Friday, and welcome to a brand new series that I'm starting here on the I Go Panama YouTube channel called Panama Tips and Tricks. And these are going to be a series of videos that I'll spread out over the next few months that are going to be kind of life hacks that I've learned since I've been living in Panama. Just things that will make your life easier. Maybe you never thought of them before, or you thought about them and you weren't sure how to accomplish that task. That's what this series is for. So if you're interested in this type of content, make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you hit notify, so every time we upload a video, you will get a notification. We have over 100 videos in our channel right now, all fun and educational videos completely about Panama, so you want to check all of those out. Click notify so you will know every time we upload a new video, which is generally every Friday. We try to do that. And also make sure you join the I Go Panama Facebook group, which I will link below. That is where over almost 20,000 people right now are asking and answering questions about everything Panama, whether you're looking to move here, you already live here, or you're just coming here on vacation. So check out the I Go Panama Facebook group. Okay, so before we get into this video and we get too far, I want to tell you exactly what we are going to do in this video, so you can see if this fits what you're looking to do. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take a U.S. carrier, a phone number that we have on a U.S. carrier, in this case T-Mobile. We are going to port that number to Google Voice, and from there we are going to be using that phone number solely for our WhatsApp and for texting and things like that. Okay, and that way you can keep your U.S. number, but get rid of your U.S. phone bill. There are pros and cons to that. There are limitations with that, and we are going to discuss them all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through step by step by step. And basically how this came about was I got sick of paying almost $50 a month for a phone number and a phone number that I was not using. I haven't used it in the last 2.5 years, unless I needed like a bank text verification code or something like that. But we're a 2 U.S. phone household. Brian goes back to the United States quite often, so he keeps his U.S. number. So as long as we have one U.S. number in the family, dealing with the bank verification texts and things like that are not going to be an issue for us. And how you deal with that if you don't have a U.S. phone, that's a completely separate video. Today, though, we're just going to be taking a U.S. phone number, porting it to Google Voice, and then using that for WhatsApp, so we don't lose that number. All right, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, for the rest of the video, we're just going to be on my computer so I can show you exactly what I did and you can follow along. All right, so the first thing I did, because I was not sure if I was even going to be able to move my US number and keep my WhatsApp and not have to pay any money. The only way I could really see doing that was if I moved my US number to Google Voice. So I asked the question in the I Go Panama Expats and Tourism Info Facebook group, where I learn everything I need to know. So I basically just typed, here's a convoluted mess. Has anyone ported a US number to Google Voice and then continued to use that number for WhatsApp? As you can see, I got 59 comments, all pleasant, no bitterness, no rudeness, because I don't allow it. Okay, so I got a lot of really great feedback on that, and tips and tricks from people who had done it before me, which gave me all the information I needed to do so I could start doing it for myself. And the first piece of information people gave me was Google Voice does not like it if you are porting a number and you're not doing it in the United States. They really want a US IP asking for that information. They don't want you to be out of the country. So I was like, well, can you use a VPN? Which will mask your IP address and show you as being in whatever country you want. Some people said yes, that worked for them. Some people said no, the VPN did not work for them. So I think your mileage may vary on this one. You can try it. But basically what I did is I have a plugin that is Pure VPN, who call me Pure VPN if you want to sponsor. I'm always open. So Pure VPN allows me to select whatever country I want my IP address to match to. So I thought, you know what, let me just go ahead and set it to United States and see if that'll work. Okay, so that's what I did. And then the next step
was to go to figure out exactly how to set this up in Google Voice, because that's where you go next. So I have this web page link here, which I will link below in the video description. So you don't have to write any of this down. All you have to do is when you're finished watching the video, all of the links will be in the description. So this takes you through step by step how to port your mobile number into a Google Voice account. Obviously, you have to have a Google Voice account first. I already had one that I haven't used in, God, probably over 10 years, but I already had it attached to my Gmail. If you don't have that, you'll just need to set that up. You'll need a Gmail account or whatever. So just type in Google Voice. The link will come up and you can set up that account. So once you do, look, you want to use Google Voice, not Google Fi. Because what I was hearing is that Google Fi charges you a monthly charge. We don't want to pay monthly charges. Google Voice, $20 is all I had to pay to actually port my number. Okay, so that, and then I'm done. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it tells you that you're going to need your account number and your PIN number for porting. So you're going to want to have that stuff. I'm going to show you how to get that in just a minute. And then it's going to take you through step by step by step everything you need to do to start the porting process. Okay, so that's literally all I did was follow these little steps. Now, the things that I had to have were my account number from T-Mobile and this PIN number. And I kept trying to put in like my PIN number, like my security PIN number or something, and it kept spitting it back. It kept rejecting it. Well, because I learned that there's actually a different PIN called a temporary port PIN. Okay, so there's going to be one for each of the carriers. Mine is T-Mobile. If you have AT&T or Verizon, just type in Verizon temporary port PIN number and into Google, and it's going to take you to the web page for your carrier. Okay, so basically, what I had to do there first. And again, this link, if you have T-Mobile, will be below. You need to scroll down because you need to scroll down to transfer, port out your mobile number to another carrier. So that's what we wanted to do. And really the only thing that I needed to do, I did not have to contact T-Mobile for this at all. I just had to follow these instructions right here. You can either do it on the app or you can do it on the website. Follow these instructions so you can get your transfer PIN. Okay. Once you have that transfer PIN and you have your account number, then you can follow all of these instructions for Google Voice, enter in all of your information. Now look, once I entered it in, it was so sweet because it literally told me how long it was going to take. People were telling me that it would take up to 3 days. It took me about 8 hours, which you can see over here. I updated my post on iGo Panama update. I started the porting process at 8 a.m. this morning and it was done by 3:30. I used the VPN here in Panama. So I'm in Panama, but I used a VPN for the United States. I had no problems. I tested it and everything is working. So it literally on Google Voice, I mean, I already have it set up so I can't show you, but on Google Voice, it will tell you what the status is and it'll tell you how long it's going to take for it to happen. And then you just count down and then it's ported. Okay, so once you're ported, test it. Okay, so once it said it was ported, basically my cell phone would not work anymore with my SIM card because once I've ported my number is attached to that SIM card from T-Mobile. T-Mobile doesn't have my phone number anymore, so my T-Mobile SIM does not work anymore. Okay, so be aware of that. You're not going to be able to make phone calls on your mobile phone through your US carrier or that SIM card anymore. For me, that's not an issue because I have a Panamanian SIM that I always have in my phone. I never put my T-Mobile SIM in unless, like I said, I was needing those bank verification codes or something. But now we're using Brian's phone for all of that, so I don't need it anymore. So then I knew that the number had definitely been ported, and I had Brian send me some tests on that. So here's my Google Voice page, and you can see that, yeah, it's definitely working because all the stupid spam calls I would always get on my LA number are all coming through nice and clear. Through Google Voice, and I don't know if you can do it through the app because I don't make phone calls, people. Don't ever call me on a phone. I don't want to talk to anyone but Brian and my kids, and that's in only limited circumstances. Text me, WhatsApp me. So you can make calls through the web. You can do texts through the web. People can leave me voicemails on my old LA number on the web. So all of that is here. But I don't care because the only thing I wanted it for was my WhatsApp. So I go over to my WhatsApp here. And I'm not going to open it because you don't need to see all my contacts, but everything worked seamlessly. So every contact that has my LA number in my WhatsApp, which that's my personal WhatsApp, they all worked. And the reason I did not want to just change my WhatsApp over to my Panamanian number is because I actually have a business account for WhatsApp under my Panamanian number. So I wanted to keep my business stuff separate from my personal stuff, which was the main reason for keeping my old phone number. Again, it's simple, it's seamless. After paying that $20 to port the number to Google Voice, I do not have any bills. I think, you'll look at the payment thing. I think if you're making a bunch of phone calls or something, it might charge you, but otherwise it won't. So I hope that if this is something you've been looking to do, that this helps you out. Make sure you look in the video description below. I'm going to put those links. And if this is the kind of content you want, make sure you subscribe, click notify, and join the I Go Panama Facebook group where we talk about all these things and more. And we'll see you next week.